Don't hug me, I'm scared
Where
for
is
Vinny.
the
Get
experience?
on that
Don't
shit.
hug me, I'm scared.
Don't hug me, I'm scared for!
I am a cat.
Hello everybody and welcome to YouTube Explained. My name is Vinny and today we're going to be taking a look at, I don't know if you've heard of it, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared For. There is a lot to say and not a lot of time to do it in before you click away, so let's do this. So this is the fourth installment of the series created by Joseph Pelling and Becky Sloan. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of the series and I've been hell-bent on explaining it to you since the very first episode. The series has a global theme, children's media or media in general. If you want a better understanding of this, I suggest you go check out my explanation of the first Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared video. It's a terrible, terrible video, but I think I get my point across. So far in the series, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared has dealt with time, religion, comment sections were filled with happiness on that one. And now, the internet. Let me explain. In the interest of time, I'm going to assume that you have already watched the video. If you have not, then please go and do so before watching this one. Or don't. Whatever. The video starts off in a nice looking living room and the puppets are having a nice game of question fun. A few things to remark. The room is absolutely filled with Easter eggs, so is the entire episode actually, including Malcolm, the King of Love, the letter spelling out Get Creative, and numerous other props from the initial episodes of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And as always, that pesky 19th of June. It's always 1906, and it's always the 19th of June. Also, the puppets are missing. Who knows? I don't know! I don't think we'll ever find out, so stop asking. There's also other Easter eggs, such as the painting of the clown, the bird screaming, "Time!" and the creepy dad in the corner of the room. A lot of this episode centers around the red puppet, and I'm going to call him Big Red Sassy Puppet, because he got sass.
Oh, because of the computer.
I know he's not a puppet, he's a man in a suit, but just roll with it. The initial question posed by the gang is, what's the biggest thing in the world? Well, I could just Google that. Give me a second. Don't Google image search that. So the computer shows up and Big Sassy Red Puppet tries to ask him what the biggest thing in the world is, but he just ignores him and goes on about how clever he is. Sounds like a few people I know. Fucking Jeremy. This is symbolic of the overload of information you can get on the internet. You can go out and search for a specific answer, but you won't get it because there's just too many conflicting points of views, or there's just too much information out there. Or you can simply get distracted by Facebook or Tumblr or YouPorn or YouTube, just like the computer got distracted by how freaking clever he was. Throughout the video there are many grammatical errors such as count to a 50, a mountains, and I'm a cleverly guy. I bet Jeremy thinks he's all clever. And this isn't the first time the creators have done this, they've done it throughout all the episodes. In this episode in particular, I think that this is representative of how misleading information can be sometimes on the internet. But throughout the series in general, I think it represents just how deceiving the media can be. The formula has always been that of a children's TV show, taking ideas that even adults struggle with and teaching the characters about them. The very first episode was a critique on children's media, and so are the rest of them. Only each episode concentrates on a different theme. And this time around, it's the internet. So all of the mistakes throughout the series, in my opinion, are symbolic of mistakes that children's media makes. Conditioning children to think a certain way by feeding them false information. For example, if you look at the number chart in the living room, it's completely wrong. Yet traditionally, this is what is used to teach children how to count. Now, something else that is present throughout the entire video are oats. They're eating oats at the table and the printer prints out a picture of oats and the oats are just all over the place. But the most interesting part is when the computer exclaims, helping you to find something you're wanting to find, and shows the puppets an advertisement for oats. So this sentence is symbolic of advertisements on the internet, of course, but I do believe the fact that the oats are everywhere in the video, more or less subtly, represents the invasive nature of advertising on the internet and the effect they can have on us, subconsciously manipulating us, and also advertisements that are geared towards our preferences. This is exactly like going online, shopping for something, deciding not to buy it, and then seeing advertisements for that same thing plastered over every website you go and visit. Now take a look at this set. Notice the rug on the ground. It's suspiciously Illuminati looking, isn't it? For once, it's not a joke, with square eyes at each corner, just like the eyes of the computer. Now take a look at the board game the puppets are playing. The same eyes. Eyes play a big role in this episode. The eyes are representative of how we're being watched on the internet, monitored, if you will. Everything we do is being monitored, and our information is being sold. Another obvious symbol of the evasiveness of the internet is when the computer asks for information, such as all websites do nowadays. When the gang enters the digital world after our red friend lays down some sass, I won't say that again. There's a lot of emphasis on what's real and what's not real. According to the computer, in this digital world, the puppets aren't themselves. The computer holds up a mirror to Manny and he looks in it and he sees his digital self. The mirror is representative of vanity and our digital selves. We all have a digital self. Think about Facebook. Facebook profile pictures are the most misleading thing ever. Do not trust them. Trust me. Online, we're just not us. We put the best bits up there and just hope that everybody's impressed by our fucking holiday. So pretty much it's just a competition about how much you can lie about yourself and seem great to everyone else, when in fact, you're lonely and depressed. When our big red sassy friend asks the computer, what can we do in this digital world? The computer replies. He says there are 3 things you can do. These 3 things are: obtain information such as trivia and stats. You can interact with friends and show off pictures of your digital style. Or you can just have fun. I imagine digital dancing to be a bit more dubsteppy. That's better. Everything seems normal and fun at first, but little by little, everything starts falling apart. The first choice, information, becomes nothing, representing the lack of substance and credibility information can have on the internet sometimes. The second choice, digital style, doesn't quite look so friendly anymore. In fact, the bird has turned into a huge big mutant man-bird hybrid. And the dancing becomes some sort of a really weird rave. We see the big red sassy puppet is no longer with his friends, they're in the digital world, and we see them pop up next to him briefly for a few seconds as a glitch. They seem to have their minds hooked up to the computer, not letting anything real in, only what the computer has to offer. Let's take a look at what this rave has become. There are duplicates of the puppets everywhere, all dancing. Some of them are deformed and lack body parts. The computer has become a big steel machine to which all of these puppets are hooked up to. The room is dark and the only light is coming from the computer screen. Sounds a lot like my Friday night. Big red sassy puppet sees the danger and he doesn't like it. He wants to leave the digital world in search for reality. He follows the cord of the computer in order to detach it, to end it all, which leads him outside. This is reality. This is what reality really looks like when you take away the computer, making everything look the way it does. Here we have a recreation of the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared set. A poorly made set with no colors and with a man controlling the character's movements. I mean, the big red sassy puppet is a mop, for Christ's sake. Somebody else enters the set, claps the clappy thing, and sassy puppet's head explodes. What I find most interesting here is the red cable. The red cable that the sassy puppet was trying to find the source of leads directly into the camera that's filming this whole scene. So that means that all of the puppets in the other room, aka the digital world, are being manipulated by, drumroll please, the media. That has been the running theme throughout all of the episodes, and it is no surprise to me that it is in this one also. People are spending too much time using the internet and they rely on it way too much. Instead of interacting with the world and learning through experience or learning through doing, people are living through the internet. And all of that time being spent on the internet, all of those eyes on all of those screens, is being taken advantage of by advertising and influential media that's trying to condition us to think a certain way, trying to influence us towards one product or one politician or whatever. The endings of these videos are always the hardest for me, but I think the fact that the fella's head just blows up, it just means that his mind was blown. He says, wait, what? Realizes what's going on and his head blows up. It's too much for him to handle.
You can't handle the truth!
Or maybe headless chicken. We're all chickens. We're all chickens of the world, feeding off of the grain of media, being manipulated by the farmers of the world, farming our minds. That wasn't half bad. So that pretty much wraps up this explanation. Now remember, this is what I think the video represents. This is not what I actually think, because I know I'm going to get people telling me that I'm wrong and that the internet is amazing and there's nothing wrong with it. And I agree with you. I'm gonna save you the time. You typing out that comment. I agree with you. The internet is amazing. It's humankind's greatest invention. This video is just symbolic of the dangers that it can bring and that the manipulation that does go on in the world through the internet, but just through media in general. Let me give you a good example of something recently that happened. All of the media outlets, at least the ones that I saw, I'm not saying that it was the same for everybody, but from my point of view, when Zayn left One Direction, it completely overshadowed the crash in the French Alps. 150 people died, but stop the clocks. Zayn left One Direction. At least it was like that for a couple of days. I know everybody's going on about the crash now in the Alps, but at least for that day or two, from where I'm standing, it overshadowed it, and that was disgusting to me. So yes, I can agree with some of the messages brought here by Becky Sloan and Joseph Pelling, who are amazing at what they do, actually. I someday hope that I can make something just half as good as what they can do, and that can make people think, and really just think about serious topics like the ones that they're making us think about. I think it's incredible. We spend too much time on the internet. I'm going to be honest. I do. And it's not always a bad thing. You know, the internet is very beneficial, but it can be bad. Say you're going out for lunch with your friends. Don't be tip-tapping on your phone the entire time. Keep it in your pocket, you know, unless it's absolutely necessary. If you're going to a concert, watch the bloody concert. Don't film it. Who are you filming it for? You're going to put it up on the internet? You got a couple hundred views? Great. Just live in the moment. Live in the moment. Enjoy it. Don't live your life through the screen. You know, man. Live life. Live life, man. I'm not going to pretend things were better the way they were when we didn't have technology and the internet, but you know, there's got to be a limit, in my opinion. And you probably have a different one, so please give me your opinion in the comment section down below. Guys, let's try to be friendly. Just the fact that I said that means they won't be. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you thought. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe for upcoming episodes. I'm really astounded by the success of this channel, and I'm loving every second of it. Thank you so much, guys. It's all because of you. Very cliche, but very true also. Let me know what you would like me to explain next. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook, links down below. This just got explained, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys.